At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up happen.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as yeah. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like yeah, 5-6. I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot keys. Strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thought, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, open up some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and egg, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, making profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call it short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them games, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packets. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing, dog? Make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Make profits. That TTG money gang, making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo. What's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Closing off January with another fantastic day. Big win for us today on ticker symbol AI. Jumping on the bandwagon of all the artificial intelligence talk that's been going on over the last couple of weeks. A 125% gain for call options for members. Congratulations, everyone that capitalized on it. But there's a whole lot more to talk about today than just AI. Yes, I will go over that with you. Yes, it was literally the best setup that I could ever possibly find. I'll explain to you the setup. I'll show it to you. I'll break it down. I teach members about this setup all the time. It's the highest probability setup that I could possibly find. I'm going to show you guys exactly what that setup is so you can start to identify it. But we've got to talk about the Fed. We're still waiting on some earnings right now. AMD earnings, Snap earnings are due out any moment. We're going to cover that here live with you as they come out. But it's all about the Fed tomorrow. Tomorrow, all hell breaks loose. Tomorrow, you're going to get 25 basis points, or are you going to get 50? Is the Fed going to move their target rate? Yes or no? What does it all mean for the rally that you've seen so far in the month of January? Can you trust this rally, or is Jerome Powell about to put the kibosh on this little rally that you've seen so far to start off 2023? And do we fall then back right into the bear market type of action that you've seen in 2022? We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. I'm going to go with you guys my exact game plan, what I think the Fed does, and how I am positioning myself accordingly to make money, because at the end of the day, that is why we are all here. My name is Michael Edward, former award-winning hedge fund trader, but now the current head trader of True Trading Group. And if you still don't know, TTG is the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that's available today. If you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, folks, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here. Myself, other pro trading mods from True Trading Group, as well as some special guests. We'll give you guys golden nuggets, free lessons, free education, trade ideas, market commentary that can help you become better traders and investors. So take a moment, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you share the stream on your own social media so we can reach out and educate and really empower as many of these retail traders as we possibly can. We'll ask you to listen to anything that we discuss. Guys, I am humble enough to tell you I did not figure this out on my own. All right. I began my career working at a fund right out of college in New York City. It was my first job. I had to go through a 3-month educational training program before they let me touch $1 of their money. That's where I learned how to trade. I was taught by other professionals. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash. But it's also the same year I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG, and along with my team of 9 other professional trading moderators and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of people from all over the world, represented in over 100 different countries. We've helped these people to reach their goals of becoming consistently profitable in the markets. You see, we are the fastest growing platform out there because we combine university level trading and investing courses, similar to what I learned when I worked at the fund in New York. We pair that with top premium stock market tools. We do live workshops and provide mentorship for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. All styles of trading. We day trade, we swing trade, and we also cover long-term investing. So there's something for everybody here inside of True Trading Group. But we take that university level curriculum and we pair it with the top industry tools available. These are tools that successful traders use that help them make better decisions, that increases their chances of success. I assure you, professional and successful traders are not relying on Twitter, Reddit, and Discord rooms to make their trading decisions. They are relying on scanners. They're relying on news feeds. They're relying on dark pool data. They're relying on unusual options activity. They're relying on analyst ratings, insider buying, insider selling. These are the type of things that traders are using to identify high probability patterns and setups. The problem is they're very expensive if you were to go and pay for them on your own. They're going to cost you around $5,000 a year. Companies like Benzinga, TradingView, Trade Ideas, Quote Media, ETNA, these companies offer these tools, but they're expensive. We know this. That's why we, as True Trading Group, have spent years building relationships with these companies so we can put their products and their tools on our platform without you, the trader, having to pay another dollar for them. Automatically saves you around $5,000 a year right there. If these traders use them, so should you. Don't know how to use them? Don't worry about it. We'll teach you. We show you guys how to use those tools. And of course, you also will be getting access to all of our members. TTG's got the best members I've ever seen in my life. They are the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders you were ever going to find. And of course, you get the real-time trade alerts as well from myself and the other moderators that have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate amongst all of us of just around 80% now going on the last 3 years. So again, subscribe, smash that like button, turn on your notifications, guys. Don't ever miss out on these lives. We got a lot to talk about here and a lot to unpack. You know, this is going to be just an absolute crazy week. I've been telling you, that this is a week that is make or break. You started out 2023, you started it out with this massive rally in the NASDAQ. You're talking about like an 11% move in the NASDAQ to start off the year. The same stocks that were absolutely decimated in 2022 are the stocks that are up the most in 2023. It's literally the opposite. Whatever happened in 2022, the opposite is happening so far in 2023, but it's only 1 month in. Today actually being the final trading day of the month, and we're going to start February off tomorrow. But what a month it's been in January. I've been telling you guys for months, this is the biggest and most volatile. Snap earnings are just coming across the board, guys. Snap did actually beat on earnings per share. They just beat on earnings per share 14 cents versus what the expectations were, which were 11 cents. Daily active users are also up 17% year over year. That's 375 million. Ooh, they are not giving guidance for revenue for the first quarter of 2023. That's a no-no. Snap says, given uncertainties related to operating environment, company is not providing guidance for revenue or adjusted earnings EBITDA for Q1 2023. That is why that stock is down 10%, getting punched right in the face because they failed to issue guidance. So even though this company just beat on earnings per share, markets don't care. It is not good enough. They also expect revenue to fall anywhere between 2 and 10% in the first quarter of 2023. And they are refusing to give guidance. So they're expecting a 2 to 10% drop in revenue, but they will not be issuing guidance. They're saying that they did reach over 2 million paying subscribers in Q4 for their Snapchat Plus. Total time spent watching Spotlight content is actually up 100% year over year. So those are nice numbers. Honestly, the numbers here for Snap are actually pretty good. They beat on earnings per share. They've got their daily active users are up 17% year over year. Okay, the numbers aren't bad with Snap's earnings, but what is bad is the fact that they will not be issuing guidance going forward. That is seen as a no-no. Investors don't want that. Everybody is cautious about the economic slowdown. Everyone's talking about a recession. And the fact that you are not confident enough in the future to issue guidance is a problem. And that is why Snap is down 10%. Let's see what that does to Meta. I'm going to assume Meta is also trading to the downside. Sure enough, I am correct. Look at that. So right now you get a $3 drop there on Meta as people are a little worried about Meta. Meta coming out with earnings tomorrow after the bell. You're going to be getting Meta's earnings tomorrow. And Meta usually reacts to Snap's earnings. It usually is kind of the first. Snap always reports first, Meta's behind it, and Meta always reacts to it because it's the same client, right? Like that ad revenue, the same ad revenue that goes to Meta and that is on Facebook's platform, that is the exact same client that would spend money on Snap. So when Snap has these issues with the ad spend and ad revenue, Meta always reacts to it because of Facebook as well. So that's why Meta's being dragged down right now because of Snap. Okay, as you're getting this, Snap is not issuing any guidance for Q1. Guys, we still have a lot going on here. We have a lot to talk about. We got AMD earnings coming out. We've got Match Group also earnings coming out. So earnings are coming out all over the place now. Match is down now 8% as Match just came out with earnings. We're still waiting on AMD. That's the earnings that I care about the most. And then we got to talk about the Fed. To help me have this conversation, because there's so much going on. To help me have this conversation, I want you all to give a big, warm welcome to my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. He's got his Superman glasses on today. Everybody say a big, warm ayo to Adam.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? It's crazy, crazy, crazy day here. Yeah. Earnings are all over the place, man.
I'll tell you this, though. I'm I mean, this could be an unpopular opinion, maybe. I think Snap as a company sucks.
I also think Snap as a company
Yeah,
sucks.
I think they are such a, it's a shame that a company like Meta is so closely tied to Snap that it has such a hard like sympathy effect on it, because it shouldn't even be considered in the same ballpark.
Yeah, I totally agree. You're also getting AMD right now, guys. AMD now trading to the upside, as well as AMD beats on revenue. 5.6 billion. The expectation was 5.5 billion. So you got to, and they're actually giving some pretty good guidance. Okay, their guide is right in. Their guide's a little light, but not terrible. The expectation for Q1 revenue is 5.5 billion. They are giving you a guide of 5 to 5.6 billion. So they beat on revenue, and they're giving you a guide that is right in line with expectations, and that is giving you AMD blasting to the upside. Stock is now up 8%, as semiconductors should be following suit. Let's do a quick check in on NVIDIA, trading to the upside on sympathy play to AMD, as AMD coming out with a solid guide. Everybody was worried about AMD's guidance because of Intel. Intel just gave you the worst quarter that stock has really ever had. Analysts that covered Intel, there were quotes coming out from analysts when Intel came out, the earnings, that it is literally the worst earnings that they've ever seen. And that's an analyst that covers that company, quarter after quarter, year after year. And they said it was the worst quarter that they've ever seen. So AMD is the company that is stealing market share away from Intel. It's part of the problem part of the reason why Intel stock has performed so poorly is because AMD just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And AMD is now actually a bigger and more valuable company than Intel. Just recently, Intel has fallen beneath market cap wise. AMD's market cap is now above that of Intel. So AMD has been stealing market share from Intel, and people were worried about AMD when Intel came out, and AMD traded to the downside. But then AMD comes out, gives you an earnings beat, and they guided kind of right in line with expectations, and that's making investors feel pretty good about AMD just continuing to steal market share and looking at Intel's earnings as a unique situation and a problem with Intel, not necessarily a problem with the entire space.
Well, I'll even sorry to interrupt. I'll take it one step further. So AMD uses what they've coined as a thread ripper technology, right? Whereas Intel is just, I'm sure they use something similar, whatever, but to kind of sum up Threadripper, and I'll use Chat GPT here to help me. I literally typed in, "Can you help me explain AMD's Threadripper technology?" like I was 10 years old. And this is the response, right? And it's actually pretty good. So AMD's Threadripper technology is all about making the processor even better and faster at doing its job. It does this by adding more, quote, arms or threads to the processor so it can work on more things at the same time. Imagine if you had 10 hands instead of 2. You could do 10 tasks at the same time instead of just 2 of them. That's kind of how Threadripper works. It makes the processor able to work on more tasks at the same time, making the whole computer faster and more efficient. That Intel does, as far as I understand, does not have something comparable to that. Samer, would that be correct?
Adam, that you're 100% correct, because actually Intel's CEO, when he took over recently, actually said that the biggest mistake that they made as a company was not going into that thread processing technology that you're talking about, that AMD invested very heavily into, and is part of the reason why AMD has developed a superior product. So the CEO of Intel made direct reference to that.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Intel can, the best Intel processors right now cannot keep up with the best of the AMD Ryzen, processors and Threadrippers. It just can't. So yeah, there is something systemically wrong with Intel right now. AMD, took a gamble on something. Intel, probably thought they were high and mighty because they were the big dogs for a long time, and now they're going to pay the price on that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what is happening. As far as Snapchat goes, I just it's just a shame to see Meta so closely tied in with that company. Snapchat is by far just the absolute worst of all the big social medias. very few brands are even advertising on Snap. Snapchat is a terrible indicator of what's happening in the online advertising world and what the consumer is spending on. Terrible. That company needs to die out or get out of the way. That is my opinion on Snapchat.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Snap is fighting a losing game, in my opinion. I mean, I think Snap is a terrible platform.
What happens in Snap as a stock or as revenue should have zero bearing on what is happening with people willing to spend money on online advertising, or the strength of consumers or businesses. It shouldn't even be in the same conversation.
Yeah. And again, I mean, surprisingly, their earnings numbers weren't bad. It's just they didn't give guidance. So and they're saying that they think their revenue is going to drop anywhere between 2 and 10% of revenue for Q1 without giving any clear guidance. And that's why that's why Snap is getting beat to the downside. With Meta, I think Meta actually will recover this move to the downside, on the back of that.
Here.
I think we just lost your mic, Adam. Oh, I don't know if you did that on purpose or not. But yeah, guys, so that's what you've got coming out here now. These are the earnings that are coming out. Those were your big ones today. Your big earnings today are really AMD and Snap. And then tomorrow you've got Meta, and then Thursday it's everybody. It's Apple, it's Amazon, it's Alphabet. Thursday is going to be just absolutely insane.
And I'll tell you this. Speaking of these companies here, let's talk on Apple and Facebook for a second. Okay. So Facebook's earnings, there's a lot. It's very not confusing, but there's a lot of things on the surface of what's happening here with a lot of what's going on with earnings in these social media companies and online advertising and marketing companies. So, for example, with Facebook, Facebook was, not too long ago, Facebook was delivered a huge blow by Apple. The predominant cell phone that everyone has is an iPhone. I get that a lot of people have Android, but there really isn't the clear winner as far as what people are using is an Apple iPhone using iOS, right? That just is. Now, Apple made changes to their privacy policy on their iPhones and iPads, and that has seriously impacted Facebook's advertising business. The changes mean that Apple users now have more control over their data that apps like Facebook can collect about them. If you've ever tried to advertise on social media using their self-serve platforms, or you used to be able to, at a very granular level, you used to be able to target your audience and build your audience at a very, very granular level there. And what's happened is that Apple has taken away the ability for people to identify their audience in a way that they had before. So it's been a big hit to them, a big hit to their revenue. It's been a big help for platforms like YouTube and individual brand deals. See, there's a lot of brand deals and influencer deals that now go on under the table, meaning not reported direct through the platform, which is something that platforms like TikTok are trying to change with their influence, with their brand. TikTok actually has a brand section where you can communicate with brands and do deals through their ad platform, right? They're the only ones that really have that. There's a lot of third-party applications that have that, but the point being is that, of course, Meta's numbers are going to be low for the advertising side. They have been on a comeback train since this thing happened with Apple. Right? So we just have to see. We just have to see. I don't, but there's a lot of other stuff going on right now that's easy to point at. that I guess make for the perfect storm. Consumer spending, obviously people maybe not spending as much as on advertising or spending a little bit less, but that also has a bigger impact because of the much bigger issues that are going on. What maybe would have been just a small drop in something is now exacerbated because of other things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes total sense.
So, I think all these companies have a pretty decent future here. I'm specifically interested in Pinterest.
Really?
I think Pinterest is the future of e-commerce.
Yeah.
So I would not be surprised if a company like Amazon came in one day and purchased Pinterest.
Can we send out a poll? They just did a poll on CNBC. I'm interested if we did the same poll. They just said, what's going to be the best performing social media stock over the next 12 months? Meta, Snap, or Pinterest?
Pinterest.
And see what the poll
you don't even need to vote. It's Pinterest.
I think it's Meta.
You think that's going to be the best one?
Yeah.
Are you including Facebook Reels in that, or are we talking just Facebook? Or are we talking the whole Meta platform?
No, what stock does the best over the next 12 months? Meta.
Oh,
Snap,
I think Meta will obviously do better than Pinterest. I thought you meant as a platform, Facebook or Pinterest. I think Pinterest has more meaningful engagement and more active user.
They definitely don't have more active users.
No, that's not what I mean. Let me rephrase. What I mean by more active user is maybe not more active, more meaningful interaction of its users. Not, so much spam advert. There's way more concentrated intent of what people are doing on Pinterest than there is on Facebook right now.
You mean I can't go to Pinterest to see what multi-level marketing my friends from high school are a part of?
I'm sure you could, but you'd have to actually look for it. You'd have to actually look for it. And look, maybe that's not. And you laugh, but it's
no,
true.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm making a joke.
No. But you have a point. You have a point, right? Like, most people are not using Facebook like they were using it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Not when you have TikTok. Not when you have Twitter. Not when you have Reddit. Not when you have what do you call it? Instagram. So I just and look, I'm rooting for Pinterest. I love to see these smaller companies come up and challenge this. Unfortunately, what you're not going to see, at least I don't know how you would even get to a point where you'd see it, is how you would challenge, like really challenge Google's hold or Alphabet's hold on online marketing, online advertising. And that's what they were just sued for, right? Or having a monopoly on online advertising. I don't know how you have a company come around and make a dent in that. I just don't, and unfortunately Google is the industry standard, and I think will be the industry standard for a very long time. Even when their numbers are quote bad or underutilized, they're still freaking fantastic. Yeah. Anyways, so that's all I got to say about that. What else has earnings coming out that you want to go over right now?
Those are the only ones that I cared about. I only cared about AMD and Snap. Those are really the only ones that I really cared about here today that were set to come out. You got a couple other much smaller companies that have come out that I'm not really necessarily interested in, but this is, a nice move here for AMD. You have to think about also for AMD guys, their conference call starts at 5:00. So if you remember, there has been a lot of very, very large moves in stocks during the earnings conference calls of late. So Tesla is one of the Tesla did nothing after their earnings announcement. During the conference call, the stock exploded. Same thing. Microsoft was the opposite. Microsoft's earnings, it shot to the upside. Their earnings call, Microsoft tanked. So you really could get a lot of movement in these stocks during these conference calls because the CEO, CFO will really start to give details into what their predictions, their expectations are for the next quarter, for the next year. They'll talk about the challenges that they face, and they talk about, how they're going to be dealing with all these kind of things. They can also take questions from analysts and get drilled on a couple of different things. So that's where really investors get even more insight into their earnings other than just the headline numbers that are reported. So AMD's earnings are good. They beat on revenue, they beat on earnings per share, and their guidance was right in line with the expectations. So their guide is looking at 5 to 5.6 billion for and the estimates for their guide was 5.5. So their guide is right in line. They beat on revenue, they beat on earnings per share, and the stock is trading to the upside because of it. Now you see what happens at 5 o'clock when they do come out with their conference call. So we got a question here. Leonard Graham, what's up, bro? I see your Leonard Graham. I see your question. Leonard Graham wants to know: Do we have courses for technical analysis for beginners as part of our membership? And yes, we certainly do, Leonard. So, True Trading Group's curriculum, the entire curriculum is available when you guys do join the platform. It's a simplified yet expanded upon version of what I learned that I worked at the fund in New York. So there's beginner courses. And then once you finish those, there were also advanced courses that you would then move on to. They're all included when you guys join. You don't pay extra for these courses,
right.
But there's beginner courses that if you never traded a stock or an option a day in your life, you start there. And then it'll take you all the way through to advanced courses. So start where you are. If you're a newbie, start the beginners. If you're already a seasoned trader and you have experience already and you want to go to the direct to the advanced courses, you certainly can.
I also want to say really quick that a big congrats, man. A big shout out and congrats to everyone that took advantage of open enrollment. Open enrollment is now closed. So Mike, do you want to explain what that means?
Yeah, we closed down open enrollment. Congrats to everybody that joined us. True Trading Group has grown a lot over the last couple of years, and for damn good reason, because honestly, members are making money and they're becoming better traders. You guys don't have to take my word for that. I don't expect you to take my word for that. I'll actually have members answer for you. Got members real quick. Anyone that's on the live stream right now, we got about 1,200 people watching. If you are a member and you are making money and becoming a better trader, just go ahead and type the $ real quick inside chat. This is if you are a member, go ahead and type the $. So if you're not a member, just pay attention to how many people are typing the $. These are people that found us the same way you did. That's one of these live streams, and they learned more in probably an hour and a half on a live stream, as you will learn here today as we get into a lot of the educational stuff that I still have to discuss with you regarding the monster 125% gain on AI, my expectations for the Fed tomorrow. You're going to learn a lot over the next 45 minutes with us here. And these people all, that are telling you that they're making money now, they're not smarter than you. They don't have more money than you. They don't have more time. They don't have more luck. Right? Like they don't have more experience. These are people that are just like you. And if they can do it, so can you. It's amazing what an actual education, once you actually learn what you're doing, it's amazing that how much the chances of your success can actually improve. It's like you may not know how to change the oil on your car, but if someone shows you how to do it the proper way, chances are you might be able to change the oil on that car. Right? So it's like learning the proper way is very, very important. That's why a lot of these members here you're seeing that are typing the $. So we have, because we've grown so much so quickly, we have decided as a company to close off the annual membership and not allow just anyone that has the money to join True Trading Group, because we maintain a very high quality chat room and platform. We have thousands of members from all over the world that are represented in like 100 different countries. I want to maintain that integrity. I want to maintain the quality of the member on the platform. So open enrollment is now closed. You cannot buy an annual membership to True Trading Group anymore. You have to first go through the trial membership. Then, depending on your engagement as a trial, you may or may not be invited to apply for an annual membership to the True Trading Group platform. So if you guys are interested in a trial membership, you can go to ttgthree.com. That's ttg3 spelled out.com. It is a 7-day trial. It's 7 trading days. So weekends and holidays don't count. It's 7 trading days. Okay. You'll go to ttgthree.com. You'll type in your name, your email, your phone number. You'll click yes, I want this. You'll fill out the application. If accepted, you'll be prompted to pay $3. We charge $3 just to make sure you're a real person. Like I said, we maintain a very high quality and high integrity chat room. And I don't want people coming into our chat room as trial members and just spamming the chat with a bunch of nonsense. So by charging $3, make sure that you are in fact a real person. Okay. So that's kind of what why we charge $3. There's no reoccurring payment. There's no automatic renewal, right? There's no automatic upgrade. Okay, so when you guys join, you've got the 7 trading days. It's a one-time payment of $3. And then after the trial, if you don't manually decide that you want to become an annual member and we invite you to become an annual member, your trial membership just expires. You never charge anything ever again. Okay, so again, if you guys are interested in the trial, and there's never been a better time to join the trial because you have the Fed meeting tomorrow. Now, the Fed meeting tomorrow is going to be the most important. The Fed meeting tomorrow is going to be the most important day of the last several months, right? The most important day of the last several months. It's probably the most important day and probably is going to lead to the most volatility that you've seen since September and October, the September and October crash of 2022, when we actually put in what is currently the lows. All right. So there's never been a better time for you guys to join the trial. And then again, depending on your engagement as a trial, we may or may not invite you if you would like to become an annual member of True Trading Group. And then, of course, obviously that choice is yours. You don't, just because we invite you doesn't mean that you have to. You obviously have to take it. But if based on your engagement,
you damn well should. But
you damn well should. Absolutely, especially with the way that we've been trading as of late with some absolute monsters. So
the way that you'd sign up for the trial is as follows. First of all, if you've never, how many people are not members of True Trading Group? If you're not a member of True Trading Group, can you type TTG in chat right now? If you are not a member of True Trading Group, please type TTG in chat. Again, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, type TTG in chat right now.
And I also, while people are typing TTG, I see a comment. I just see a comment. I want to hit real quick. I don't engage all day because I drive a truck, but I listen. That's fine. As long as you guys are logging in, you're using the mobile app, and you're responsive when we reach out to you. That's what I mean by your engagement as a trial.
Okay. Jonathan Wilson, Kevin S., Robert Gelly, Devansh, JC Denton, Seong Hong Ting. Okay. Ron Cannon, Roger Oatman, Abe Rodriguez, Chris H. Excellent. Philip Poltine. All right. How many people here have never been a trial member of True Trading Group? Just type the number 1 if you've never been a trial member of True. If you're not a member and you've never been a trial member of True Trading Group in any way, just type the number 1. I want to see something. Excellent. All right, here's what we're going to do. To celebrate the fact that open enrollment is done and to celebrate the fact that we are now, and the growth that we've had and everything else, what I'm going to do is this. Tomorrow is a huge day. Huge day, man. All right? This is not the time to be trading by yourself. What I want you to do right now, everyone that's typing the number 1, everyone that's watching this later that's not a member of True Trading Group, what I want you to do is I want you to go to ttgthree.com. That's ttgthree.com. You're going to enter your first name, your email, your phone number, and click, yes, I want this. Then it's going to load. It may or may not ask you to go ahead and verify that you're not a robot, which clearly it's doing right now. It's then going to take you to this application. We want you to fill this application out as honestly as possible. This application will let us know if you're a good fit for True Trading Group, and you'll either get rejected or approved instantly. Okay? So you fill out every question on this application, and then you submit, and you will either be approved or rejected. 90% of you are going to be approved. It will then take you to a checkout page where it will congratulate you for being approved. It will then explain yet again, this is a 7 trading day, not 7 days including weekends, 7 days not including weekends and holidays. You sign up today, your first day is Wednesday, and you get 7 trading days going forward, okay? It is a one-time $3 trial. We charge the $3 to make sure you're a real person. At the end of the 7 trading days, if you do not sign up, you are never charged another penny ever again. Okay? Ever again. You will get access to the True Trading Group chat room. You get access to real-time stocks and options alerts, to our mobile app, to the Benzinga Pro news feed, 3 sample courses, real-time scanner for trade ideas, and full access for 7 trading days. Okay? On this checkout page, you'll create your account, you'll enter your name, your email, your phone number, you'll create a username, a password, you'll enter your payment info, and that is it. Again, there is no auto renew. If you do not manually re-enter your payment detail to sign up for an annual membership, you are just simply never charged again. Sign up now, and what I will do is tomorrow at noon, I will give away a free membership to any trial member that signs up this evening. So if you're watching this later and you want a free membership to True Trading Group, it's a well over a $2,000 value for the whole year. Someone's getting one tomorrow. All right? 12 p.m. in the chat room. If you're at work, you can't be in the chat, you can't be at your desk, no problem. We have a free mobile app. The second you sign up, there are clear instructions on how to download that app. And that's it. I will give you a free membership tomorrow. TTGTHREE.com. Sign up for the trial. We'll see you tomorrow in chat. All right, done. Let's get out of this. Let's go back to that. Now, do you want to hit on your trade before we get into tomorrow's topics?
Yeah. Let's hit on AI first.
Right now.
I want to go over the AI trade today. It's a monster win for us inside of chat. And this is probably one of the best quality setups that you can possibly find. And I want to walk you through it so you guys know how to identify it in the future. And then we'll talk about the Fed tomorrow, what I expect the Fed is going to do. And we'll go over some of the if this, then that scenarios so that you guys will know what I expect the market to do depending on the Fed's actions. I'll tell you what I think the Fed does, but then at the end of the day, I don't know what the hell Jerome Powell is going to say. So we have to have game plans for either way. If they do this and say that, markets then react in this manner. And how do we profit from that action? So we have a lot to go over still here today, guys, on the live. But with AI today, one of the benefits I think that people have to realize, and this is also goes for anyone that joins this trial, is that you are going to know exactly the stocks that the moderators and myself are focusing on before the market even opens, with the exact clear game plan on where we are going to be buying them and where we're going to be selling them. We publish the watch list in the morning. We also come on the microphone and chat and show you and go over with you the game plan of the day. A lot of traders struggle mightily with being in the right stocks. People always kind of ask, well, Mike, how do you know which one's going to be the one? And it's like a lot of people are too busy to actually put in that kind of work and that kind of effort.
Quick question from Kathy Chu. Are we allowed to chat and ask questions or post while on the trial? Yes, absolutely you are. Absolutely. That's why you're doing it.
Yeah, Kathy, when you become a trial, I want you to don't be shy. Take advantage of the trial. See what it's like to be part of our community. Ask questions. Moderators will talk to you. Members themselves will also talk to you. Do not be shy because you're not a member. You're a trial. You're joining that trial membership. Take advantage of it. Okay? So when we come back here to this AI trade, I came on the mic today pre-market and I told everybody this stock is one that's towards the top of my list that we're going to be focusing on today. And I gave very clear instructions and game plans. So you know exactly what I'm going to do before the market even opens. You know, okay, this is the stock Mike's looking at. If it gets to this price, he's going to buy it. If it gets to this price, he's going to sell it. So this way, you don't even have to wait for my trade alerts. You get all of our trade alerts. Whenever the moderators enter or exit trades, you get push notifications in real time in chat and also sent on your mobile app. So if you can't be in front of your computer, you can still follow along with what we're doing. that will notify you when we're in and when we're out and that what price is, etc. But you don't even have to wait for those alerts because I tell you what we're going to do before we actually do it. I have a quick video clip on the analysis from AI specifically. Now, this is one of the highest probability chart setups that you can possibly find. At the end of the day, that is what trading is. It's about identifying high probability. Grade A setups, maybe 70, 75% probability. Grade B setups, 60, 65. Grade C setups, 50, 50 coin flips. Stay away from the 50, 50 coin flips, right? Look for the grade A setups. Put yourself on the right side of that probability over and over and over again. That is AI, and I want to show you guys exactly how to identify that setup. We got to welcome Luke and Mike first. Luke and Mike, welcome. Oh, no, just Luke. Luke, welcome to the trial membership here. Luke, welcome to the trial membership. Everybody welcome Luke, member of the trial. You'll be in chat with us tomorrow while we'll be going over the Fed meeting. I think it's going to be a wild and crazy day. So I've got a quick video clip for you guys. And guys, if you want to join our trial, go to ttgthree.com. That's TTG3 spelled out.com. 7-day trial. Weekends, holidays don't count. 7 full trading days. Take advantage of it. It's just a one-time payment of $3. You all have $3. If you spend more than that on a cup of coffee, all right, it's just to make sure that you are in fact a real person. No upgrade, no automatic upgrade, no recurring payment, no automatic renewal, none of those games. Okay, so I got a quick video clip for you. We're going to play. This is from pre-market this morning. This is not from YouTube. This is from directly inside the True Trading Group chat room of me giving my analysis to members on AI. Let's go ahead and play that clip. And then I am looking at AI, ticker symbol AI. I don't think I've ever had this one on my watch list for you guys as a day trade. It's been rallying in the month of January with all the hype around AI in general. And then you got some news there around 9 o'clock. That's taking the stock even higher. You have a resistance level here around $18. I want to draw a line across 18. You'll see 18 is a gap fill. And then that's also the high of the day for the last 2 days. So you have a double top there at 18, and there's the gap fill from September. If you break through 18, you could see a move that takes you to 20, 20 and a half on AI. All right, so we're going to be looking at that. That's also going to be one name that is going to be on the watch list. All right, guys, so there you guys go. So that is the pre-market game plan where I'm telling members if this stock gets above 18, I think we're going to 20 and a half. And we're going to be long for that move. Well, the stock got over 18 today. And where did we go to? Just went to $21. Okay, this was an absolute home run for us today. Members were able to capitalize on 125% gain on call options. Congratulations, my TTG fam that has hit. Congratulations to my TTG fam that hit on this thing. If you guys made money on this AI trade today, sound off. Tell me how you did. I love it when the whole team hits, guys. If you made money in chat today, tell me how you did. You know I love to see it. You know I love to see it. So sound off in chat. Tell me, guys, how you all did. Do you only trade stocks? What about options? Says Natasha. Natasha, we trade them all. We trade options and we trade stocks each and every single day inside the True Trading Group chat. There's something for everyone. It is not just myself, Natasha. There's 9 other professional traders. Some of us trade stocks. Some of us trade options. Members trade them all, right? Members trade them all. So there you guys go on that. So let's go on over. Let's talk about the AI trade specifically, because you heard me talk about $18, right? Now, I'm going to walk you guys through why I love this setup so much today. I said if the stock gets above 18, we're going to get long. Why did I say 18? What made me pick that number? I didn't just pick it out of a hat, right? Now, you see you had a huge gap down in September, right? You see this huge gap down here, all right? That huge gap down on September 1st leaves a gap to $18, okay? So there's your gap fill right there. And then if you look at the last 2 trading days, the high of the day yesterday and the high of the day on Friday gives you a double top at $18. So there's your resistance at $18, and there's your gap fill at $18 back here in September. That's why I said if we get over 18, this stock has room and I want to be long. Robert and Nelson, welcome to the trial. Guys, again, go to ttgthree.com. Join our 7-day trial. There has never been a better time to do so. You don't want to try trading through the Fed meeting tomorrow alone. We are red hot inside of True Trading Group. You want to be with us while the mods and I walk you through the Fed meeting at 2 o'clock and the Fed press conference at 2:30. It is going to drastically move this market. Do not be trading it alone. Join that trial. It's a measly $3. It will be the best $3 you have ever spent. So that's 18. That's why I was going over this level. That's why I said if we get over 18, I'm going long. Well, let's go into the 3-minute chart now. All right, let's go into the 3-minute chart now. Okay, here is that $18 level. See that $18 level drawn on my screen? There it is. See that line? Well, when I go back to the daily chart, right, there it is. There's 18. So let's go 3 minutes. There's 18. Well, what happened? Today, stock gaps up. Bang, blasts right through $18. Look at the volume. Look at the volume right here, folks. See how heavy that volume is? Now, what I want you to take away from this trade setup on why it was such a high probability pattern is because every single possible signal that you could be asking for from a stock, this one gave you the green light on. All right. So we just broke through a major level of resistance on the daily chart. When we broke through it, you had a very high increase in volume. The higher the volume that it comes in when a stock breaks through a resistance level, the greater the chance of that confirming that that level is officially now broken, and you can now rely on that resistance to now become a level of support. When you have a stock that has a very high momentum move, which is exactly what happened to the stock on Friday. So Friday, AI exploded. Huge move for the stock. And when I take it to the daily chart, I want you to notice, look how heavy the volume was on Friday. See, this is the Friday's volume. That's the heaviest volume that this stock has traded since June of last year. Okay, you have to go back to June of last year to get a volume bar as high as you got on Friday. So when you are able to break through a major resistance level and the volume is heavier than the volume that came in that prior high momentum day, that shows you that the stock still has momentum. So high momentum day on the 27th, huge increase in volume. But then today you break through that momentum day, you break through that momentum day's highs, and the volume is heavier than it was at any point during the momentum day. That is a sign the stock still has momentum. This is a very important lesson about how to use volume analysis to gauge a stock's momentum. This is the type of stuff that you will learn as a member of True Trading Group. So once that $18 level was broken and I saw the volume was heavier than it was at any point during the high momentum day on Friday, confirmation, stock still has momentum. Let's get long. And on this pullback, I got long right there at $18.27. Right there is my entry, $18.27. My stop loss was right underneath $18. So here's the stop loss. There's no need for me to give a real wide stop on this because $18 was my level. So there's my entry. There's my stop loss. And folks, the rest is absolute history. This stock just absolutely exploded today, all the way up to 21.5. Stock finished the day up 21%. Members were able to jump in the February 10th expiration 1850 strike call. That went up 125% from a $1.60 entry on the option. It went all the way up to like $3.80 from a $1.60 entry at the time that we initially pulled the trigger on this trade. It's an absolute thing of beauty. Okay? Absolute thing of beauty. So congratulations, everyone that was able to hit on ticker symbol AI, 125% gain on the options. I traded the stock itself, but whenever I trade a stock, I'll always give you guys an option to go along with it. So if you don't have the capital to trade a higher price stock, not that this is a higher price stock, but let's say if I traded like Meta, right, or Nvidia, it's a higher price stock, I'll always give you an option that you can trade this with me. So I bought the stock at 1827. And then I told members the February 10th expiration, $18.50 strike call. Members were able to jump on that one and get 125% gain on it. So really great job, guys. All right, congrats on that one. Then I also want to show you the follow-through move on AI, which is one of my favorite chart patterns that you will learn as a member of True Trading, which is something that I have coined the TTG triangle. The TTG triangle, for those of you that are experienced traders, it's basically a specific variation of the very common ABCD setup. So it's basically an ABCD setup when specific things happen. That's a TTG triangle. And you'll learn it as a member of True Trading Group. It occurs when a stock breaks through the initial morning high. This is your initial morning high. Right there is your initial morning high because of the first pullback. When you break through the initial morning high with the heaviest volume of the day, which is exactly what you see right down here, you then look for a low volume pullback. Okay, you look for a low volume pullback back into that previous level, that initial morning high, and that pullback forms a downtrend resistance line. Okay, now on that downtrend resistance line, you'll also see that the volume decreases as well. The decrease in volume with the pullback in share price is extremely important to the quality of this setup. We got to welcome Adam to the trial membership. Adam, welcome, buddy. TTG.com. If you guys want to join our trial, get your butts and chat with us. We're also going to be giving away a free membership to True Trading Group tomorrow to all of our trial members. So guys, tomorrow is going to be a beautiful day. Be a trial. You have a chance at a free membership, and you can also trade the Fed meeting with us tomorrow. All right, so guys, welcome Adam.
Today's live stream is brought to you by Topo Chico, Agua Mineral, Monterrey, Mexico. It's carbonated mineral water. It's great. They don't sponsor us, but I would gladly shill your product on our live stream in front of our 100,000 plus subscribers if you would send us weekly free cases of this delicious water. And a carton of eggs.
Can't forget the eggs.
Okay,
so this back to the TTG triangle, right? So you'll see the low volume pullback back into that previous high. The downtrend resistance line forms, and that creates the TTG triangle. And then you look for a break out of that downtrend line with an increase in volume. That's exactly what you got. There's your increase in volume. There's your break out of the downtrend line. That confirms the TTG triangle break. And then you look for follow through to the upside, which is exactly what you got out of AI. This is an absolute textbook setup. It's a perfect example of a TTG triangle. Guys, take a snapshot, learn from it, study it. We got to welcome Ronald and Hanisha. Ronald and Hanisha just joined the trial. Welcome, guys. Newest members of the trial membership. It's my pleasure to be trading with you all tomorrow. Again, take advantage of your trial, ask questions, participate, communicate. Make sure you download the mobile app if you guys have busy days. All right, so that's TTGTHREE.com. It's a one-time payment of $3. There's no automatic renewal. There's no recurring payment, none of that. It's just a one-time payment of $3. You guys can join that trial membership now. Tomorrow's going to be the perfect day. Don't forget, we're giving away a free membership tomorrow to a trial member. Good luck, all of you. And then we also have, obviously, the Fed meeting where you guys are going to be ready to rock, rattle, and roll. So that's AI, guys, okay? So now you guys kind of have a better understanding of the TTG triangle. You have a better understanding of volume analysis to identify momentum. This is a textbook setup. It's about as high probability as it gets. And we ripped this damn thing to shreds today, up 125% on call options. So congrats again, TTG fam. Well done.
All right. Are you done?
On AI, I'm finished.
All right. So here's what we're going to do now. Now we're going to get into what we believe is going to take place tomorrow, or at least have a discussion about it. Okay? So that is what we're going to get into as of right meow. All right? Let's get busy, shall we?
Sure. I love getting busy.
Okay. Hell of a run today in the SPY at the end of the day.
Yes, it was a hell of a run on the SPY today, right into the close. Rip City.
It's not going to last, is it?
That depends on Mr. Jerome Powell.
Okay, I get that, but realistically, it's not going to last, is it?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Why?
I don't think it's going to last because I think Jerome Powell, financial conditions are the easiest that they have been since last February. And that's not a good thing for Jerome Powell and the Fed as they're trying to get inflation back down to their target. The market doesn't believe the Fed when the Fed says they're raising rates to 5.1. The market does not believe the Fed when they say they're not cutting rates in 2023. The market doesn't believe the Fed at all. The bond market has been calling the Fed's bluff for months. The 2-year Treasury is still around 4.2, nowhere near the Fed's target of 5.1 for Fed funds futures. For the Fed funds rate. And that's way too big of a discrepancy and gap. That, if the market believed the Fed, the 2-year would be trading around 5%. It's nowhere near it. And that's been the case now for quite a while. The Fed has lost control of the bond market. They've lost credibility. And with the market starting to rally here in 2023, you have to look at what has rallied. It's been all risk assets. It's been Bitcoin, crypto. It's been ARK. It's been all the unprofitable tech companies. The stocks and the assets that got hit the most in 2022 are the things that are up the most in 2023. That's a sign of risk appetite. That's a sign of speculation. That's a sign of froth. That's the exact opposite of what the Fed wants to see. We also got to welcome Nuno. Nuno is the newest trial member of the group. Everybody welcome Nuno. Guys, remember, if you want to join our trial, go to ttg3spelledout.com. One-time payment of $3. That's it.
And what are the main reasons they should join the trial today? What 2 things are happening tomorrow that they should join the trial for?
Well, you have a shot. We're giving away a free annual membership to the TTG platform, so you'll have a shot at that.
How much is that membership worth?
How much is it worth?
Ask the group.
TTG fam, what do you think a membership to TTG is worth? Members of True Trading Group, what do you think a membership is worth?
And don't just say priceless.
Yeah,
don't just put a number on it. Put a number on it.
Tell me what you think the membership is worth. What are your guys' opinions? Johnter says 5,000, 5K easy, 5K priceless, 3,000 a year, 2,500, 5,000, 5,000, 2,500. At least 10K, 5,000, 5,000, 2 to 3K minimum, 10K, 5,000, 100 dozen eggs, 5K plus, 5K, 6K, 3,500 a year, 5K a year, 10K a year, 5K. Yeah, that's
all right. So we're gonna give one away for free tomorrow.
Yeah.
To anyone that signs up for a trial membership tonight by going to TTG. So if you're watching this later, good news, you didn't miss it. Go to TTGTHREE.com, enter your name, enter your email, enter your phone number. Give Joe a second here. You're going to select, yes, I want this. You're going to verify that you're not a robot. It's going to then load up our application. Answer the questions as honestly as possible. Okay? If you are approved, it will be instant. Most of you will be approved. If you don't get approved, consider your answers, go back, try again. All right? Then select sign up. It will take you to the checkout page. It's a $3 one-time payment. You are never charged again after the $3. You don't need to cancel anything, so you're not charged again. None of that needs to take place. After the 7 days, that's 7 full trading days, day 1 being tomorrow, you would have to manually re-enter your payment details in order to be charged another $1. We charge the $3 to make sure that you are a real person. That is it. There's no tax or anything. All right. Cool. We just want to make sure you're a real boy. That's all. Go to ttgthree.com tomorrow at noon. I will be giving away a free membership that you saw here live. Most members valued between, let's say, $2,000 and $5,000. You're going to get it free for the whole year. All right? Or at least have the chance to win it free for the whole year. All right? So if you're watching this later, don't worry. You didn't miss it. Go sign up for our for our trial, and we'll see you tomorrow in chat. All right, moving on.
These deep sighs that are coming from you, cracking me.
You know what? Because here. You know what I want to ask you? Should I go to the trial to be able to resubscribe to TTG? No, if you're trying to sign back up, if you were a member in the past, send a text message to 786-505-4049. You do not need to go through the trial again if you just want to sign back up. If you were a member in the past, no worries. And you want to come home, we don't need to have you go through the trial again. All right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
Just go ahead and send a text message to 786-505-4049. Okay, great. You want to know what I think?
Yes, I do. I want to know what's at the heart of these deep sighs.
I don't think that you or anybody else has an effing clue what's going to happen tomorrow. I think that, hang on, let me finish. I think that we can look at the bonds market and the futures market and the this market and the that market, and every single time we have done that, it has been wrong.
That's not true at all.
Not it's been off, or it's been right, but only if not you. I'm just saying everyone. It is so hard and so unrealistic to predict what is going to take place tomorrow. And that's the point of it, right? There is no real prediction for tomorrow. The idea for tomorrow is to remain fluid and flexible, to be able to handle whatever comes at you, to be reactive and not predictive.
Mm-hmm.
That is what you should be doing tomorrow, or that is what I will be doing. That's what Mike's going to be doing tomorrow. You can do whatever you'd like. That is what we are going to be doing.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that are at play here. I don't know what that means, Joe. Oh, okay, Natalia, got it. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, Natalia.
Natalia, welcome to the family. Our newest trial member. Welcome to the group, Natalia. Guys, go to TTG3spelledout.com, join that trial, get your butts in chat. You got a chance at a free membership, and you'll be with us for the Fed meeting. And then you have earnings on Thursday. You've got Apple, Amazon, Alphabet. I mean, it's going to be nuts. There's never been a better time for you guys to join the trial. Not only because we're giving away a free membership, which is just cool in itself, but it's the craziest week of earnings, and yet the Fed dropped right in the middle of it. But yeah, back to your point, Adam, this is what I've been saying on the live stream for the last 2 days is you have to go over if this, then that type of scenarios, because the reality is nobody knows what Jerome Powell is going to actually say. Everybody has their thoughts and, I think he's going to do this. I think he's going to say that. But unless you're Jerome Powell or you're his wife and you're guys and you're laying down with him later tonight at 11 o'clock when he's thinking about what the hell he's going to say tomorrow, you have no idea what he's going to say. That's just the truth. Right? So, yeah, sure. I have what I think he's going to do, but I'm also not oblivious to the fact that I need to come up with a plan for if what I think he does something different. I'm not just going to be I'm stubborn and just going to hold on to put options, or I'm just going to keep shorting stuff. If he does something else, you have to know when you have binary events like this, you have to know how the market's going to react to the different possible.
Hang on 1 second. We just hit Brett. You just hit a message from JU3LL3R. Bring that message back. Bring it back right now. I want that, and make sure you don't unhide that person. Make sure you unhide them. I want that message back. Here, I'll do it myself.
Am I going to like this one?
I'm going to answer this one.
Ooh. What's it about?
Hang on, I'll show you.
Are they clowning?
Hang on.
I'm hanging. I'm not going anywhere. I got my massage chair. I'm good.
Your massage chair. All right, I'm going to read it because, yeah, I'm going to read it. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. We're either going to gap up and ride the gap fill down, then reverse tomorrow, or we bullish as F all day. Bear season is over, exclamation point. This is the biggest week of the year, and y'all are talking about we gonna tank. Okay, hang on a second. First of all, nobody is saying that we're going to tank. Nobody. What I am saying is that Jerome Powell and the Fed have lost a tremendous amount of credibility. Okay? Tremendous amount of credibility. What is happening this week is the exact opposite of what they want to see. Okay? Every single Fed meeting for the last how many has it been where he's been bearish, Mike? It's been since
the Jackson Hole meeting in August of 2022.
Right, when he said there's going to be pain, expect pain, right?
Yeah, he's been hawkish ever since that day.
Since that day at the Jackson Hole meeting, this man has turned into the literal definition of a hawk. He has come out and has made it his mission to not let this market get away from him. What has happened recently is that every single time that he's made a comment about something, and these things, he would say, expect this, but then the data would suggest that we are improving. This is why a lot of our live streams went ahead and had the title about how you were being lied to, about how the Fed is lying to you, right? We did a lot of live streams on this because eventually what happened is Jerome Powell's crying wolf, but the data is literally contradicting the things that he is saying. So now what has taken place is that everyone kind of expects him to come out and be overly hawkish tomorrow, because what's happening in the market is that everything is calling his bluff. What happened at the end of the day today with the SPY running up like that looked like a giant FU to Jerome Powell, didn't it?
Yeah.
Did that not look like the ultimate your move, Grandpa? Is that not what it looked like?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me. That looked like the ultimate your move, bro. We know you're not going to come out and do 50 basis points. We know that you're not going to touch that Fed's fund rate target. Nice try. It's a giant middle finger to Jerome Powell and the Fed. That is what I think. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Okay? But I don't think that you need to be an award-winning hedge fund trader or a licensed financial professional or anyone with a fancy Wall Street background to have a little bit of common sense to see what is taking place. The market just called Powell's bluff. Okay. Now, let's see what Powell does tomorrow. This man has his reputation at stake. He's got a very difficult job. The Fed has a very difficult job. He has a very difficult job. He, in my opinion, is going to be ridiculously hawkish tomorrow. I believe that him being hawkish is going to negatively affect this market. Whether it stays that way, because what do we say, Mike? First move wrong, right?
Yeah, a lot of times the first move is the wrong move.
So whether it stays that way, whether the initial move is to the downside, I mean, where are the support levels right now on the SPY?
Major ones, the three levels that I have are 400, 395, and 387. I'll draw them on the screen for everybody.
Draw them on the screen.
Those are your three support levels.
You're asking the value for a portfolio or cash value.
On the application, Adam, for the trial, she's asking.
I don't think we asked that question.
Yes, we do.
Do we really?
Yeah. How much do you have to trade with?
Oh. Cash in there currently, Susan, is fine. Doesn't matter. Not that it doesn't matter, but
did you welcome Sam? Adam, did you welcome Sam yet?
I didn't. Go ahead.
Oh, Sam, welcome to the trial. And Gene, welcome to the trial. Sam and Gene, welcome to the trial, our newest trial members. As again, TTG3 spelled out, TTGTHREE.com. Name, email, phone number, click yes, I want this. You'll fill out the application. If accepted, you'll be prompted to pay $3. It's a one-time payment, folks. Remember, one-time payment. There's no automatic upgrade or renewal. It's a one-time
Mike, how many more rate hikes do you think we have before they pause?
I think you have 75 more basis points of total rate hikes before they pause.
Not including this one tomorrow.
Yes. So if they do 25 basis points tomorrow, I think you have two more 25 basis point hikes. If they do 50 basis points tomorrow, I think you have one more 25 basis point hike.
Right. Why wouldn't they do 50 tomorrow?
I don't know. The market's predicting 25.
I'm not asking what the market is predicting. I'm asking you and your understanding of macroeconomics. Why? Why would they not do 50 tomorrow if they want to go 75 total? Why spread this out?
Well, because, I mean, they've done, you have to remember, they've given you a whole slew of 75 basis points. They gave you 50 basis points. I mean, they have given you massive rate hikes. So there's nothing wrong with like in other rate
from
hikes.
Zero though, right? Wasn't it massive rate hikes from nearly zero?
Oh yeah, no, rates were zero, but still, like it's not usually when the Fed goes through rate hike cycles, they raise by like 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, and they'll do that. Like if you go back throughout history and you look at other rate hike cycles that we've gone through, most of the rate hikes have been 25s at a time. There was a couple of instances where you had 50s, but you never had 75. And never mind never having 75, the Fed gave you 4 75s in a row. So, I mean, they really shocked the hell.
Mike, on the chart, can you show me the days of the Fed meeting where they announced the rate hikes?
For how long?
The last 3.
There's your last one.
Where?
Right there.
Okay. Keep going.
Then you had, I don't remember the day of the one here in November. You had nothing in October. I'm not sure what day. I think maybe it was, what day is this? This is the 13th, 12th, 14th. One of these days would have been the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the exact day. And you did not have a Fed meeting in October. And then you had in September. September's was right here.
It was November 2nd.
November 2nd. So then that is this day. And you did not have one in October.
Okay.
And you did not have one in January. We got to welcome Jonathan. Jonathan's the newest trial member. Everybody welcome Jonathan. Welcome Jonathan. Newest trial member, guys. TTG, THREE.com, TTG3.com.
What does that look like to you?
What do you mean?
They announce the rate hike. What happens?
Well, the day of the hike, the markets are red. 2 of the 3, you got follow through to the downside. So you got follow through to the downside after September. You got follow through to the downside after December, but not after the one in November.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think that's when you started to see the inflation numbers really start to come down meaningfully. So I think that the market rallied there in November because inflation was coming down, and that's when people really realized for the first time that inflation was considerably coming down, and the markets rallied off of it. You also had a huge flush out going into October. That's when the market made its low. So you just got like a snapback, inflation comes down, the markets move higher, and then the Fed crushes the market rally in November, and the November market rally, the Fed crushes it in December.
How did they crush it? How did they crush it?
By moving their Fed funds target rate. That's what did it.
That seems to be the big tool that they have now.
That is in my opinion, that's really the only tool they've got left. You know, obviously
the rate hike part of it doesn't really seem like a meaningful thing anymore because it seems very priced in.
Well, 25 is priced in, but if they give you 50, it'll take the market by surprise a little bit. But what I think, the way that I think you have to look at this is, what are the possible outcomes and possible combinations of what the Fed can do as far as the actual rate hike, but their target. Their target is, in my opinion, the most important piece of this, because we got to welcome Jason too. Jason just joined the trial. Jason, welcome to the family. Enjoy your trial, guys. Take advantage of your time with us. Participate, ask questions. Don't be shy. And if you guys want to join that trial, you'll have a chance tomorrow. We're giving away a free annual membership. And then we're also, obviously, you have the Fed meeting tomorrow. Then you have earnings from Apple and Amazon and Alphabet to follow on Thursday. It's going to be a crazy next couple of days. So join the trial. It's $3. It's a one-time payment. It's no automatic renewal, none of that. Just go to ttg3.com. So the Fed funds target rate is the number that really matters, because that's where the Fed thinks they're going to go with rate hikes. Now, in December, they moved their target from 4.85 up to 5.1. The Fed gave you exactly the hike that people expected. They gave you the hike. Everybody expected what you got in December, but the market still went down. Why? Because they moved their target from 4.85 to 5.1. Now, if the Fed gives you what you expect again, but they move their target again, now all of a sudden, that's when I think this market can really start to trade back to the downside if they move that target. So there's different combinations of rate hike and moving their target that you have to look at. So let's talk about what those are. The most dovish scenario possible, which would, in my opinion, result in a move to $420 on the SPY. Okay, what gets us to this 420 resistance level? Susan, welcome to the family. I'm glad you joined and your application was accepted. Welcome, Susan, to the trial membership. So the dovish scenario that gets us to 420 would be the following. This is my opinion. A 25 basis point rate hike, and they do not move the target.
It's also, just so everyone at home is paying attention, that is the least likely scenario for tomorrow. Right?
I would be shocked if that's what they did.
So in other words, he's trying to say, yes, that is the least likely scenario for tomorrow. Go ahead.
So if that's what they do, the markets are going to rally on that, because now the market will know for sure when they are stopping raising rates. Okay. they'll know, the markets will know that they're going to get 2 more 25s and then they're done. And the market will see right past that, and the market will probably push to 420. And if that is what you get tomorrow, I'll be long for the next week. I'll just be looking for longs up to 420. And I'll
Somebody
buy
says, what the heck is dovish and hawkish? I've never heard of that before. Can you go ahead?
Hawkish and dovish refers to monetary policy from the Federal Reserve. So dovish means that you're more accommodative for risk assets and market conditions and for easing financial conditions. Hawkish is going to refer to you are more aggressive with tightening monetary policy and tightening financial conditions. And typically, dovish monetary policy results in bullish price action for the stock market, and hawkish monetary policy results in bearish price action for the market and for stocks. So that's hawkish and dovish and how it relates to bullish or bearish. Okay. Yep. No problem, Ryan. So like I said, 25 basis points, they don't move the target. I think you've got to be long-minded to 420, buy pullbacks and be long until you get to 420. Now, the other scenario would be a 25 basis point rate hike and they move their target to 5.35. I think that results in a pullback in the market. You might get an initial move up on the 25 hike, and then you get a move back to the downside as the Fed move their target rate higher. And I would expect 410 to hold resistance if that is the case. So 410 is a big level of resistance for the markets as well. Let me delete this. I hope you guys are taking notes because this is literally the playbook for tomorrow. So there's your double top resistance at 410. If you get a 25 basis point hike and they move their target to 5.35, right now the target is currently 5.1. I think the market initially pushes up to 410. We find resistance up here at 410, and then it gives you a little bit more of a pullback deeper into the day, and you get a candle that will look something like this tomorrow. All right, and then you might probably get a little bit more follow through to the downside on Thursday, and then you'll look for Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet's earnings on Thursday afternoon to stabilize the market and help the market find its footing at the 200-day moving average.
What did you say? Alphabet, Apple, and who? Meta?
Amazon. Our Thursday.
And Amazon?
Meta's
I can tell you right now, whatever stability, in just my opinion, whatever stability you're expecting from Alphabet, I don't know that it's going to be there. Apple. What do you think of Apple at this point?
I'm leaning towards negative outlooks from these companies.
Yeah, I think I agree, man. I think Alphabet is not going to have a great earnings.
I expect Amazon, Apple, and Alphabet to be similar to Microsoft.
Yep.
Now, Microsoft traded to the upside when they announced earnings because their earnings were actually okay, but then on their conference call, their guidance was crap and the stock tanked. But then the markets recovered, the markets went higher, and then Microsoft actually traded higher for the next 2 days after that. But it tanked initially when they gave their guidance. So I think that you're going to get cautious guidance from these companies. And if that happens, you should see more downside in the market. That's why these next couple of days are so crucial. I'm not sitting here trying to give you a prediction on what I think earnings are going to be. I'm telling you how the market will react to earnings and the Fed. So depending on what you get, do it. Like, this is the plan. If this, then that. Don't be a hero. Don't try to predict what Jerome Powell is going to say and what Tim Cook's going to say on the Apple conference call. Like, why? Don't try to predict that. Just listen to what they say, watch what they do, and then react to it.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to get earnings on these companies and then you're going to come to some realization and the world's going to come to some realization that Apple sucks as a company.
Yeah, I know.
These are still amazing companies.
Yeah. So those are two possible scenarios. 25, don't move. 25, do move. Now, the other scenarios. 50 basis points, don't move. 50 basis points and a don't move, I think the initial reaction is to the downside, but then I think the market actually trades back to the upside before the day is over and gets you up to 410. So you may see a situation tomorrow where if they give you a 50 basis point hike, you might drop to 400, hold, they don't move the target rate, and then the market rallies and goes back up towards 410, and you get a candle that looks something like this tomorrow.
I honestly don't believe that there's a universe that exists where they don't move the rate tomorrow.
I agree. Now,
and I think that honestly, I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't see it, man. I really don't.
So, and then the bearish of bear scenarios would be a 50 basis point hike, and they move the target to 535. That is what you get.
That is what I am leaning towards.
If that is what you get, then I think you have a day and a candle that looks something like this tomorrow, and then Thursday will look like this. And then it will be all up to Thursday afternoon, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet earnings. And if they guide lower,
which at that point, it's don't even wait, buy puts at that point.
If they guide lower, then you get 3 days that look like this, which is very similar to what happened the 3 days following the last time that the Fed raised their Fed funds target rate. Look at the price action there. And look at the price action of the candles that I have just drawn for you. So if that is what you get, react accordingly. So I'll be in put options for probably the next 2 days minimum. If they give you, a 50 hike, they move the target to 5.35. That's the most bearish scenario. Hold on to put options. Hold on to your shorts if that's what you get. And no, I don't think there's any possibility of a 75 basis point hike tomorrow. I think the likelihood of that is actually zero.
Well, it's not zero, but it's not.
I think there's as much likelihood of a 75 basis point hike as there is a 0 point hike. I think there's a 0% chance that they give you a 75 basis point hike. There's just no reason. They gave you 50 before. And inflation is coming down. They could ease off. They're not going to start to go back to 75s. They're done with 75s. You're not going to get another 75 hike probably ever for the rest of this cycle. They're done with that 75.
What time do they announce the rate hike tomorrow?
2:00 Eastern.
And then you have the BS press conference at 2:30, right?
Yes.
Where Jerome Powell will recite the exact same bullcrap answers to the same bullcrap questions over and over and over again, where essentially we will be listening for key phrases and for hints that will not come. Correct?
I'm honestly, I don't even think I'm going to listen to his words. I'm just going to say, did they raise the target rate? Yes or no? And I'm going to act accordingly. I'm not going to really listen to his words.
Yeah, his words mean absolutely F all.
Yeah. Did we welcome Nathan?
No, I did not.
Nathan, welcome to. I don't know. I feel like we might have. I think we did. Did we? I don't know. Nathan, welcome to the family. If I welcomed you already, welcome, guys. You want to join our trial? Go to ttgthree.com. Tomorrow's going to be a crazy day, and you got earnings, Meta's after the close, and then you have,
honestly, like, God help this market if we are relying on Meta, Apple, and Alphabet's earnings to turn things around.
Earnings so far haven't been as bad as people thought, Adam. You've had a lot of companies give you earnings so far, and a lot of them have been much better than feared. So it's not like it's out of the question to get, a guide that's right in line with expectations. Not to say that they're going to raise their guide, but it's not out of the question that they come right in line. I mean, look what happened with AMD. AMD guidance right in line.
I think AMD is a different animal, though, man. AMD is a different animal. They have a leading.
But AMD is also pulling back as the conference call has gotten underway. So the stock was at 78.
It was a massive move to the upside, bro.
It was at 75. It went to 78. Now it's at 76.
All right, I mean, $3 move on that stock is not nothing.
I know it's not nothing, but it's down $2. So like you're getting,
yeah, it's after the market. People get excited. All I'm saying is that AMD is in a unique position because they're the underdog, the newer company from Intel that's now coming from behind and really eating up a lot of their, they're eating their lunch, man.
Yeah, but AMD is
so you can't say that for Google. You can't say that for Apple. They are the top dogs. Like if anyone is going to do, Google is, Alphabet is arguably a monopoly.
Yeah. Listen, I already told you, I would lean towards the, guidance being poor from those companies is what I'm thinking.
All I'm saying is that I don't think that hang on one second, I'm sorry. I don't think that I don't know, man. I think that I think the most likely and best case scenario for tomorrow, the most realistic one, right, would be a 50, maybe not 50, a 25 basis point move and an increase in the Fed's fund rate. I think that is your most likely scenario. I think the second most likely scenario would be a 50 basis point rate hike and a move in the Fed's fund rate as well.
I agree with you.
I think that those are the two most likely scenarios tomorrow. You're going to, in my opinion, you're getting one of those two things. And I think obviously your least likely scenario is going to be 25 basis points and no move in the Fed fund rate. That I just don't see how that happens.
I agree.
So speaking from that point, we get 25 basis points and the Fed increases their funds rate or their outlook or whatever. What happens at that point? Walk me through that one more time.
So if that is the situation, I think the initial move will be to the upside on the 25 basis point hike, which is expected. I think 410 you find resistance, and then you get a pullback off of 410. So I think you'll get something that looks like this. If they move their target and they give you 25 basis points.
Okay. If they go 50 and move the target, then what?
Then you get a much bigger move to the downside, and you're going to candle that probably look something like that. And then I would expect follow-through selling pressure the next day.
Where do you think that takes us to?
395, 394.
At least we stable there, or where do we go?
Well, and then Thursday after the close, you get Apple, Amazon, and
assume those earnings are either right in line or slightly below with subpar.
If guidance is
subpar guidance, tell me where we go then.
You have a date with the high 380s.
Okay, and then what?
Like 387 would be the level that I'll look for right here.
And then what?
And then you chop around. And then the market gets pretty choppy, and it'll rely on, the next things that will come out will be labor data. Then
Which won't move it that much anymore.
Well,
Friday's data. I don't think it moves.
No, not Friday. Not Friday's data. I don't think Friday. I think the shockwave of Apple, Amazon, and Alphabet earnings from Thursday evening is going to control Friday's price action. But then you'll be looking at, the earnings the following week. But I think the markets will really solidify, a bearish sentiment and back to bear market type of price action if that is the combination of outcomes for those things. And I'll be looking then at that point to be back shorting things, and I'll short bounces into resistance levels rather than looking to buy pullbacks into support levels.
When's the next CPI number that comes out?
I'm not sure off the top of my head.
Do you know when the next Fed meeting is?
March. No, April. There's no Fed meeting in March. Skips a month.
Wow. So we have kind of a clear runway.
They give you the exact dates. All right. No, it skips April. I was right. So it is March. So the next Fed meeting is March 22nd. It skips April. So I knew there was just one of the months gets skipped in there. So you have the Fed meeting tomorrow. Then it's March 22nd, and then it skips April, and then you're on May 3rd. Is your Fed meeting schedule? CPI numbers due out actually on Valentine's Day.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
I think they're going to be good.
I think it's going to be very good.
Yep.
That can be what stabilizes the market.
I agree. I think that honestly, I'm going to throw a prediction out. It doesn't mean that I'm right. I would not follow me if I'm anyone listening, but just remember you heard it here first. I think you're right. I think that potentially we do flirt, from tomorrow on, I think we do flirt with the high 380s and low 390s. I think CPI data comes out, stabilizes it, and we start to move higher before the next Fed meeting.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I think that is, look, anything can happen, but I think that is the most likely scenario. Now, there's always a chance that we get 25 basis points and they raise the Fed fund rate, or am I saying it right, Mike? The Fed's fund
yes,
rate?
Fed funds target.
Fed's funds target, and they raise that, and everyone just dismisses the crazy old man for his words, and the market just rockets higher because they got the base, they got the initial basis point move that they expected.
I don't think the market rockets higher if they move that target. I only think we rocket higher. And when I say rocket higher, I'm talking about 420 being the target. If they don't move the target and they only give you 25 basis points, he's got
to move the target.
I think he's going to. I think he's going to move the target.
But everyone is going to call BS on him.
For what? When he moves the target?
Yeah. It ain't getting there, bro.
That's why I think he might do 50, because if you move the target,
I think he does 50 tomorrow, and I think he raises the target. That's what I said in chat.
Yeah, so that would make, so if he did that, that would be such a wake-up call to the market. That would make the market believe him. If he did 25 and moves the target, I feel like the market's still not going to believe him. I feel like the bond market will still say, Jerome Powell, you're full of it, dude. You're not getting to 535. But if he comes out and gives you 50, then everybody might be like, wait a second, homie, he might be serious. That's definitely a possibility. And if that happens, this market's going way lower.
I believe that is what we're gonna find out, bro. That's the beauty of everything, is that we're about to find out.
Yeah, this is definitely not what Jerome Powell wanted to see coming into the 2020.
He's gotta show the people that he's got a big manhood. That's not going to happen without 50 basis points and moving that target.
Yeah, man. No. So, yeah, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun day. So, like I said, you guys want to join us, Make sure you guys sign up for that trial. It's only $3. 7 trading days. It's $3. Everyone's got $3. We do that just to make sure you're a real person, maintain the integrity of the chat room. We got people from 100 different countries inside of our chat. Thousands of people are in there during the day trying to make money and trying to focus. And I don't want people going in there and spamming a bunch of crap. So that's why we charge $3 just to make sure that you're a real person. We're going to give away a free annual membership to the entire platform tomorrow. Remember, that platform includes Trade Ideas, Trading View, full book level 2 from Quote Media, the Benzinga news feed. It includes all of the tools and everything that's on that annual membership. So when you guys sign up for the trial today by going to ttg3.com, you will have a chance at a free membership tomorrow at noon. We're going to do that. And then at 2 o'clock is the Fed meeting. And I'll be live with you guys on the microphone, talking you through the announcement, talking you through the press conference. And you'll know exactly what I'm doing and where I'm positioned tomorrow, as well as the other moderators that are in chat with you as well. So again, that's ttgthree.com. Enter your name, email, phone number, click yes, I want this, fill out the application. And then if accepted, you'll be prompted to pay $3. Again, it's a one-time payment. There's no automatic upgrade or renewal, recurring payment, none of that crap. We don't play games. It's just a one-time payment of $3. So you guys will be with us for 7 full trading days. The weekends don't count. So you'll be with us for this week. You'll be with us for next week. It's going to be, I think, the best time for you guys to join the trial. I don't think you can afford to be trading on your own right now. There's too much going on. There's too much moving. There's too many catalysts and too many possible outcomes that are at stake right now. And there's so much money to be made on the table. It's just ridiculous, the amount of opportunity and volatility that you have in this market on a daily basis. So I would take advantage of that trial now, guys. Well, you still can. All right. And then if you have any questions about the membership, guys, again, just send us a text message, 786-505-4049. Okay. 786-505-4049. The phone number is right down there at the bottom of your screen. If you guys have any questions about myself, questions about your trading group, questions about the other moderators, anything at all, send us a text message. We're more than happy to help answer any questions that you guys have. All right. So again, folks, ttgthree.com. Join that trial. Get your butts in chat. Thanks for joining us here today, folks. It was a pleasure having you guys here. Hope you guys learned something from the AI setup. I hope you'll have a better understanding now of kind of how I believe the markets will react to the possible outcomes from the Fed tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing you guys all in chat. Good luck, all the people that did join the trial. Good luck tomorrow on possibly winning that free membership. If you are watching this live stream after it's already aired, no problem. Still go to ttgthree.com and you guys can sign up for our trial. Okay, that's ttg3 spelled out.com. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks for joining.
Mike, I just got the key to the new office.
Oh, nice. Very nice. So that's it, folks. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications, folks. Never miss out on these lives. We do them 6 days a week. Good luck tomorrow, folks. If you're not with us, all I can do is wish you luck. If you are with us, we'll be, live with you guys trading as we are each and every single day. So have a great night, everybody. I'll see you guys all chat tomorrow. Later, guys.